And the thing is with the modern healthcare industry, they put people on medications for things and they leave them on it. And you're not supposed, and they make the biggest part of their money and stuff like that. Part of what
I'm making spaghetti today. It's one of them. So maybe use all but not everything later. And just have some sauce, meat. Just yeah. And I'm using this from Costco. Not bad. Look, organic tomato, diced olive oil. Yeah, not too bad. First thing I do is this. We're gonna gotta clean. I should need more water.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to hearing your story. I've been interviewing a lot of carnivores, and these individual inspiring stories are really pretty awesome. So I never get sick of hearing them. So I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about you. Maybe if we could you start out and just tell us a little bit about your background?
This is just ground beef patties. 3 enough.
Originally, I was originally a medical.
First thing I gotta do is I need the garlic and the onions. So I'm doing that first.
And worked in hospitals
I
for
got some
probably
ham and bacon. So I just use whatever meat I have on hand. Some spam probably. Why not? And some butter.
So
So
it's kind of a mixed bag. Basically, what I did is all of the diagnostic testing for health, so I worked in hospital, I worked in microbiology, urinalysis, hematology. So all of the generalists worked in all parts of the laboratory. And that got me interested in being around all of the healthcare, got me interested in pharmaceuticals and pharmacology. So got into that. I've worked in pharmaceuticals and like I said, some of this overlaps. So I was doing both actual fields at the same time for about, 5 or 7 years. And then I went straight into pharmaceuticals for about, I think I've done that for about 20 years, but pharmaceuticals, medical devices, biomedical devices, nutraceuticals, the blood industry. So I've done all of the regulated things. Like I did a lot of different things. And in doing that, I've seen a lot of that industry. It's like a monolith or a megalith. It's like one big, giant, complex. It's all together. So at first I thought, well, this is going to be a departure. If I leave healthcare, it's like a different thing. It's really kind of not. They're all kind of together. So that was very interesting. But my degrees are in medical technology, ASCP, and then
oh, so cute. Look at the cute eyes.
some other things too with chemical theory, but I just decided I didn't want to be a professional student anymore. So, because back in the day, we had to go to like the library places to learn things. So a lot of times people would be professional students if they were very inquisitive.
I'm gonna try to finish this in 30 minutes. It's always the plan.
You go
Before the battery runs out.
learn things. Now you can learn all kind of things. Information's everywhere. So, but back in the day, I just kept getting degrees. It was kind of crazy. So.
Nice. And what led you to a carnivore diet?
Well, it's kind
Yeah.
of it's a journey. So like everybody
It's okay.
says.
He's just talking about working out too, because I've been telling him.
As a child, I was very skinny all the time.
Eddie's my boss.
I could eat anything.
Eddie is my
and I was
boss.
super thin. When I got
Yeah, my boss. I told him to eat more meat because he has high blood pressure. Yeah, but he needs to lose weight
not a tremendous amount because I'm so skinny first.
because he has high blood pressure.
When I got, I'd say about, in my 30s, not even after I had kids. I didn't gain my weight after I had kids, and when I was 33.
This
But
dirty.
when I was later 30s, it started to catch up. And my, I was standard American diet. I ate garbage all the time, and I went kind of keto. It was like Atkins type of stuff. I had been familiar
I like
with
them
that.
big pieces like
And I
this.
tried to
Nice.
weightlifting in the past.
And let me
Like,
just
I
start.
really got into fitness and bodybuilding and things like at some point. It was probably when I was around 30. So I was familiar with just doing the whole protein kind of thing. But fat was demonized for most of my life. Like all I heard was, fat is bad, fat's wicked, and all this kind of
Yep.
stuff. And I
We all
remember
heard
my
the same
brother
thing.
was, he's still alive, and he was big into eating dry chicken breast, and it was quite awful. Rice and dry chicken breast. It was like a fate worse than death. And I remember all of us eating that crap. And it was like, this can't be right. I mean, people would lose weight, but it was just horrible. So I knew about protein. So when I needed to lose some weight, I had done keto on and off, but keto, and I'm not ragging on keto, I think keto is effective, it's clean, but keto turns into dirty keto, like really fast, because for whatever reason, and I've talked to so many people who went keto, when they start, they're like eating really clean, and then they see the muffins and the snacks and the bars and the stuff, and it's all junk. It is like grams and all that kind of stuff. They're extracting fiber. They need to be given some kind of product for that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look at the one.
Low carb, and there's people that are trying so hard and they're doing so good, and then they're misled.
Oh my god.
And I just absolutely myself. And you put like a glucose monitor on it, you track your computer, and the numbers just go crazy. And your phone
A lot of carbs, huh? It's gonna get small. While that's done, cook the bacon.
It's criminal because people are so desperate for help, and then they think, well, I get to have my cake and eat it too. And the thing is, like,
I don't want this.
in most cases, it probably is. So, and then the chemicals are so expensive. And they like to do keto thing, almond flour, if you have inflammation, it's like, oh God, I'm starting almond flour to make it work. But I have been keto, and I did lose, now I ran.
You can start with keto to transition and then do 1 month of carnivore at a time, probably. Or as long as you can. It just depends. Everybody's different. Their body's different. That's how we thought too. As we get older, like we thought.
My kids were younger, and I'm trying to raise kids. Everything's stressful, and I just felt like, well, this is what life is. But I was laying in the bed one day, and I'm just like, this is before I went keto, and I'm just like, no, like this is not living kind of thing. I don't know what it was about my thinking, but I started doing keto things. Limited carbs, limited clean, lots of things. After about a year and a half, like
I think 2 is good.
and it's like, well, keto happens and all this kind of stuff. And I gained about 30 pounds. So, and then I was like, oh God, I started to have a really big problem. So then I started to have violence. I gotta go back to keto, and I gotta do it. And around that time, I had lost a little weight, but I was still eating. It wasn't good. It was like, it's good to know that it wasn't vegan to it too. Maybe I had lost 5 pounds. But it was 2022, around Christmas time. I was eating stuff at Christmas, like it was soft balls, it was like garlic in it, and it was like I was trying to get meat options for keto options at
So that's all the meat. And maybe some spam.
Turtle.
What is this? Pork with ham. And then this separated chicken salt water. What? Potato starch in here. Wow, the turtle?
Yeah.
It's so cute. Are you gonna make it on the iPad later?
Yeah.
You gonna make 2 stickers? You gonna make them into stickers?
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that anything.
Some water. Where's the water at? They went biking again. Yeah, I fell left this time. Pretty much all the sauce in there. And then this needs to get cooked. I'm gonna get this fry up a little first before I put the rest in.
And I was like, I don't know, I don't know why. Nobody can tell me why. Nobody can tell me why. Why?
57. They look so much younger than 57.
So I got really angry and I started looking into it, started doing what we did.
Carnival makes you look younger.
At Thanksgiving for Christmas. So I started looking into it and I started listening to Paul Baker and I started listening
I'm kind of hungry right now. We have some beef jerky snack that I made. The kids actually like the fat, so I'm gonna make more with that, and we're gonna probably eat it within a week instead of saving it for too long.
It's perfect clarity. And then I started to listen to
I like this part, the outside, get nice and cooked. I wanted to make some more crepes today. Did I share it? Wow, this is cooking after all this done.
3 days, everything was gone.
So easy to make.
Everything was gone. 3 days, the pain was gone. And later I had already had an orthopedic appointment for that pain that was knocking my hip.
I don't think we need spam. We got a lot of meat. Oh, everything's gone. It's like, sometimes it does feel like a miracle. Like, really, it's just the food that we've been eating when we get rid of them.
goes back, they're putting on medicine on it. And the thing is with the non-health care industry, they put people on medicine for things, and they leave them off. And you're not supposed to be leaving them, so you're not supposed to take treatment for a certain amount of time. But they have put me on that for like 11 years, like years and years and years. And,
Quick interruption.
You guys seen Terry's story? Big difference. I don't know how many days it's been. I think 600 days or something. Or more than that. On carnivore strict. Because he has so many health problems. And he's looking great. Look at him. So healthy.
Pokemon. Mommy, look. I missed it. I love Pokemon. Did you make my teeth? That is my teeth. Pizza with the Togepi.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
Yeah, why does it take so long to get the water hot? Jeez. That's why you gotta start it first. It's gonna, today's probably gonna be done before the spaghetti. Pasta. Yeah, the fire's on high. Yeah. Not high enough. Shoot. I got time for this. Okay, now I'm gonna do this.
Can we watch Pokemon?
Yeah, put this in. This is a budget eat. Yes, maybe. I hope. This is 25% fat, 75%. And some of this, and then we will add the tomato sauce and some water. You know mine? What is it? What? I don't even remember. What? What? No!
What's your favorite animal?
No!
What's your favorite animal?
A wolf.
A wolf?
A wolf.
You said your favorite is a pig. Well, I heard she likes pigs.
They're cute.
Yeah, they are cute. Let's see it. Here, let me see. Go.
Oh, it needs to be warm up. You can squish to break it. Oh, yeah. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Daddy, Dad. What's the
Okay.
Togepi? How do you say Togepi?
20 minutes. I got 10 minutes left. Unless I take this out and put it back in the pod. Oh my.
It's so cute! Here's our colors. Yeah, it's an egg inside of an egg. Yo! Maybe something yo.
So good. You know, the fat is very important. It makes the beef jerky taste so much better. The kids were like, the fat, the juice from the fat of the beef jerky is so good. There you go. It's a lot of meat. I'm gonna fill them up. But I don't need a lot of pasta. Or I gotta put this in the water. Oh, I need this one. I'm gonna reduce the carbs for them. They won't even notice. My master plan. Yeah?
Can I go back to my cartoon?
Your cartoon? Okay.
Look.
That's Daddy. You can use iPad. Aww.
Togepi.
That's so cute.
Piggy. Dog. I don't think.
Oh, Randy. So cute.
Wait, what's the password? 0, 7, 1,
You forgot our password. How could you? That's Daddy.
Dada, can I use you?
A little bit running, right?
Dad, look.
They're drawing on the iPad. I'm learning Procreate, and Matt wants to continue his comic. It's actually already flavorful. I guess it's from all the juice from the ham and the bacon and everything else. And a little bit, I can take the sweetness from the onion also and the garlic. And I put a little bit of mushroom seasoning, so that was all I needed really. But we'll see once I put the tomato sauce in there. Here. Look, usually it can't open like this, and I don't want to bother trying. I just hit this. Is it done? No. Not quite. I hope they like it. Any water in here? Yes. I need some water because later on the pasta is going to soak it all up. Carnivore fix and salt and heals. Yes, it does. I agreed.
Okay, Cece, I'm gonna finish my cartoon.
Pretty much almost done. Now I just need to make sure this is flavored. Oh, I've got the salt in that. Give it a little salt.
Oh, wait, excuse me, Daddy. Where's the pen of it?
Then you're out of the money.
Let me see. Now it got sweet. I don't like it. Maybe a little bit more of this. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add some fish sauce.
Oh, wait, can I use this one?
Fish sauce. Some of this. This is the secret ingredient. Not really. But, I mean, I'll just give them some You get used to the fish sauce flavor. Just a little.
Let me get an idea.
Basically, and my husband was in Iraq too, and he ended up having a cut on his face, so it was very weird. He did his body.
If I don't like, if it's too salty, I'm gonna add a little water.
The whole thing was so, like, we didn't get injured, but it was like,
Yeah, it's good. But put the rest of the water in there. It's like nothing.
you're going to end up with PTSD.
I don't want it to be salty.
That,
No, this is done. Now I'm just waiting for the pasta to cook. And then I'm gonna add that in there. Do you guys want crepes today?
Okay, great.
Crepes, crepes.
Yeah, great.
No.
Great.
You know what crepe?
What is that?
Last time you had it look like a half a tortilla with the strawberry, oh no, the banana, and the blueberries and the cream. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing I noticed, like, recently is that I'm driving with my daughter, and this was just the other day, I'm like,
I'm gonna use the blender this time, but last time I didn't use the blender, so that was kind of clumpy. Ouch! It was not that great. It wasn't cooking that well. But this is done. Let me turn it on low, so I don't want it to be salty. So if we keep heating it up, it turns salty.
because that was something that was there all the time. The only thing I could do was
Debating.
still have a little bit of junkiness here and there, but it's like, that's something I could
You know what? I'm gonna just put some of this in there.
So even things that you don't think of until later, and I've known people who had like knee injuries,
You know what? So that's enough. The kids can add more anyway, but I don't need to add more. Oh.
You know, I'm walking normally and there's a shock. So this PTSD
I wonder.
was something that, and
So
another
hot.
thing that was really odd. And
No,
I thought about this one.
I'm not ready at all.
My boss got really emotional today. She was going through a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna turn this off because I don't want to get salty.
Got really angry. She comes in my office. And
Tell me, no, it's been.
she's been
Ugh. What am I gonna do? Take this off.
I totally forgave her. She said that, me, sorry.
That's cool.
If it would have been me 2 years ago, I would have flipped out. I would have broken down crying. I would have I literally just looked at her like I had no reaction whatsoever. It actually, she was taken aback. Like, 'cause she was like, oh my, like, it actually shocked her, my reaction. I just didn't, I mean, I'm just like a robot or something. It was kind of weird, but that also happened. That is only after I'm a carnivore. So my reaction.
How do you spell Pokemon?
Back used to just.
Dad,
Pokemon. Sound it out.
That's amazing.
I already tried.
Yeah.
Daddy, just try again. What's the first letter?
Just so many individuals. The reason I'm doing the documentary is mental health, depression,
Next.
anxiety, PTSD.
P-O.
It's a huge issue now, and I've talked to so many people.
Pokey.
And you're absolutely right. We get these
You're
things
missing
that
something.
sort of become
Pokey.
our new
Come
normal
on.
because we suffer with
Try
this
again.
for so many years or decades. It's just like,
Oh.
the brain fog was the big one. Did you have any issues with
That
brain
is
fog?
right.
So many people that like,
see.
yeah, I knew I had brain fog, but then when I got out of the fog,
You
didn't
see how
realize
it's
how the extent of it till I actually got out of it, sort of thing.
Oh wow. No, that.
Pokey, pokey.
Okay. Okay.
Like 3 fiction
Okay,
fantasy
eh.
books back in like I think 2008 that I had just published. And since then I've had 2 sequels that I'm working on, and it's kind of like, you know,
Waiting for the
I'll go
pasta.
back to it. I've got them half written.
I'm not even hungry yet. Are you guys hungry yet? Okay, so I
yeah,
have time to make crepes then.
And I just can't creatively. I'm not having a lot of inspiration. or
You almost
having
got it.
inspiration.
The poke.
Recently, though, ever since I'm a carnivore, I mean, my ketones are through the roof.
Here.
My ketones stay about
That's right.
like all the
Good
time.
job.
So, and I study it because, you know, as a scientist, it's like I want to know.
Oh, it's in a cup.
I am interested in ketone values because I
I need a
noticed
Ziploc bag.
that I'm just
Okay,
like,
fine.
my senses are super heightened, like I feel like Superman or something. And so I would check my ketones, and I mean just like intense, being able to like focus forever and stuff. And I would check my ketones, and they're like 5 and a little over, and I'm like, wow. And I noticed the difference when they're higher versus when they're lower. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, 105 and that means you're burning fat and fat and all that kind of stuff. But I do notice the difference when they're higher than usual. But so I'm really well fat adapting and stuff. And ever since then, my focus is incredible. And I have so many ideas. I'm going to have to get something to record them on, like for dictation or something like that, because I have this notebook and I can't even read my handwriting because I have to write so fast. The ideas come in so quickly, you know, that it's just nuts. And like I've been tracking closely my ketones and stuff, because ketones, you know, when you're burning ketones, that is giving you that intense focus, and it's just it's been incredible recently.
I love how you said it. I said it earlier too. You feel superhuman, and it's when you're in that deep ketosis. I have the same thing too. I try, like, I'm not trying to overhype carnivore, but my senses all seem so heightened too. I remember that for a long time. Everything, sense of smell, vision, hearing, I'm like, everything. I attribute it, like, maybe because the brain fog's gone, but when you're in ketosis, it's like everything just works so much more efficiently.
It does. I think it's your brain's preferred fuel as well. Like, I just really do. I mean, everything.
Yeah. That was one of my big carnivore epiphanies I had recently. Like, we're doing this whole documentary for people like yourself that just have this amazing feeling for many different major reasons, like depression is a big one, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver. People are overcoming all of these things. But then when you think about the general public, of my former self, your former self, when you have that brain fog and you're not in ketosis, it's almost like you're a little drunk or impaired. Like, I was walking around in stupor. I just come home and I plop down on the couch. And so it's like what you're feeling now is energy. You want to get the book going again. You have all these ideas. Everyone I talk to, they feel the same way on carnivore. It's kind of amazing, but also sad at the same time. It's like, I think all of humanity would naturally be like that. We're just kind of poisoning ourselves. It's such a shame. Such a shame that most humans are going to go their entire life never feeling the way you or I feel.
I know it's and you know what I thought was very interesting is I watched your when you interviewed Ken Berry, and he was talking about that. I think it was him that said that he looked back in the history, and because I'm big into history, like what happened before, why we do the things we do, where things come from, because I think people just lose track of that. And he was saying that every generation, like carnivore pops up and then disappears again or whatever, or is kind of lost. Which is interesting to me. And I know, like, it wasn't him that said that. I believe that was who was saying that. But that's very interesting, because if you look back in the I think it was the 1800s, might have been earlier that they used to use keto to treat epilepsy. Yeah, they used to treat epilepsy. They used to treat a lot of things with keto. And the doctors act like you're freaking crazy or something if you bring it up, you know? And it's kind of like, and there's facts. There are things that are actual, factual stuff that we know. Like if you look at agriculture and how the land is being utilized, and it's got problems. Like if you want iodine, like you need to take, I take an iodine supplement, because I know that the food, if the food and the grass and the land is like, you know, not treated properly, it's not going to have the things that you would normally get out of it. Because like if cows are eating grass, I mean, it just depends on, everything's over, you know, with the industrial agriculture, it's like everything is over, I forgot what you call it. It's depleted, like it's depleted of a lot of things. And so when I had thyroid stuff, this was before I had lost the weight, or right when I was starting to do keto. And I had called my doctor, and she goes, well, you're, you know, TSH, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, I know about lab tests and stuff. I said, but I think I'm going to take an iodine supplementation, because I believe I'm iodine deficient, you know, and also bromine toxic, because basically you've got several halogens. If your body doesn't have the proper, every cell in your body uses iodine. If it doesn't have that, it's going to grab one of those other halogens. And like flour is super brominated. And bromine is not what your body needs to run on, but it and it looks similar, and so it'll grab that. It's like running on crappy gas. So I had stopped eating and stuff like that in the beginning, and I wanted to have, iodine. She looked at me like I was talking about chugging gasoline. And I'm like, I said, every cell in your body has to have iodine. And she was less dangerous. I'm like, what are you, an idiot? I mean, I couldn't stand this woman. She like threatened me to not have I don't even know what I was doing seeing her. It's like people who think that you can be allergic to iodine, that's not humanly possible. It's like being allergic to water. You can't do that. It's like, but there's been so many myths perpetuated. Like, that's basically, there was a protein, like say shellfish, I think this is the case, I looked it up a long time ago, but like, there's a particular protein people can be allergic to, and it has a molecule of iodine bound into it, and so they just say, it kind of got mixed up with that.
Yeah, I already forgot the crepe recipe.
Stuff, but healthcare has been an issue. Like, if you're carnivore, you can't go to a doctor.
Crepe.
Right.
I mean, you don't need to, which is great. Most people I don't need to go anymore, and people are like, you gotta go to the doctor. No, why would I go to the doctor? My kids are brainwashed to believe they need to go every 6 months or something. They were in public school system, which I would never do to anybody.
2 large eggs.
If I had to do over again. But like, they're like, don't we need to go to the doctor? I'm like, why? It's like, why would you want to go to a doctor? Like, you know what I mean? They think they're trained to, you gotta go to the thing.
2 large eggs in this.
So, I don't know, I probably got
2 large eggs.
If you look at,
And
the things that we need to do, the factual things,
half a cup of milk, half a cup of water. Milk and water.
No things. Okay, or we pretend like garbage.
Danny, don't get frustrated, remember? No, but you can't get frustrated. You have to figure it.
How they actually get approval for that. And it's not like people looking at controlled, randomized clinical trials being gold standard for drugs. Yeah, that's not a thing. Like for food additives, that's not how that works at all. And I think that's
He's frustrated.
Alright, man. Put
I
it
can
away.
hear
It's
that.
being fried.
Yeah, don't be frustrated.
How's that working for Ozempic?
Oh man,
The GLP-1 stuff. I mean,
stupid thing.
the public is the guinea pig. So I'm super angry. I'm getting angry when I'm talking about it.
Right.
If I talk about it, I get super mad. So I go on a soapbox like at work.
And then we do
Make us smile. Because they want to eat their food.
heavy cream instead of regular milk.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms of the Twinkies and the chemicals and what we're seeing in our food, some of it's becoming more public lately. Like RFK's been talking about it. You look at a box of cereal in the United States versus
Salt.
some other countries. What are some of the things
Salt,
that you look at
purpose,
from a
flour,
chemical perspective that are just crazy that we're considering in food or putting into it?
1/4 teaspoon
It's
salt.
in particular, the diet of egregious. But then you have things like, and again, like when I'm just looking at it, I'm familiar enough with it to know. And I want to do a deep dive on all of the individual type of chemicals and actually, which is actually boring reading, but categorize the different
A little bit of
classes
salt.
of things
How
that
much
are
is
put in the food and
1/4
actually
teaspoon?
spend a lot of time deep diving.
1/4 teaspoon.
And
Oh.
but in particular, like if you look at some of the chemicals that we're exposed to, and it's not necessarily, and I think there is.
Then we
like,
need
okay,
2 tablespoons of butter.
oh my
melted.
God, soy is so nasty. It is just so nasty. So in particular, like soy, it has
Figured
a
it
lot
out.
of acting like
There you go.
the female hormone, right? So I mean, that is definitely going to
Then
cause
we
you
need
hormonal
the
problems.
tablespoon
And I
of
think
butter.
there's been a study to actually show that. So soy products,
tablespoons.
it's not really like the diets are awesome. I mean, they're just not something we can put in our mouths. So any of the diets are just terrible. But soy in particular is something that makes raises my hackles because I like
We
God,
love tofu.
a lot of other things like the seed oils. I mean, this is like industrial lubricant. These things are not, if you see a toddler putting, I don't know, some cat poo in its mouth, you don't let him do it. I mean, you stop it. So it's like, I'm just like, oh, you're not supposed to eat this stuff. So a lot of it, there's a lot of these things. And it seems like, look at America and the way that they put things in food. They just ran them up. They do whatever they want, you know. So you actually have where when they file the paperwork or whatever, they submit, oh, she bought this thing in food and it's okay, we know it's good, you know. It's like, really? And if you look at how that stuff gets approved, and everything's so corrupted, especially at higher levels or higher echelon of the FDA. I mean, you've got people on boards who, approve things based on like interest groups and lobbyists, and then you got people who, if you're in the FDA, you do a good job more by saying. So all this that comes with it, and so there's a lot going on. So anytime we should be looking at food because you know, you're gonna have preservatives that you have to use to make things shelf stable. Okay, so you need to know exactly what it is, and it needs to be allowed to serve as that's crazy. That is so dumb. And just that statement alone, you're harming people to make something colorful so that you can actually market it to little kids. Yeah. I mean, I can't even, that statement right there should tell you how horrifying the state of our country is to hell. You know, and people like nuts when you say so.
Right. I'm so with you on that last statement. I'm so passionate and fired up about this, but for me, I'm like, I'm an adult, whatever, I figured it out, I'm good now, but then you look at our kids and the next generation, and marketing and marketing.
But the guy who came up with the 1 calorie, the bomb calorie, I did a video on it recently where it's like, look at how stupid it is. So, and I'm not saying that they were stupid back when they did this in 18, whenever it was, 1800 something. When they were messing with these bomb calorimeters, which is the thing they actually figure out how many calories are in food, and they're still used today, where 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrate equals this. Like it's the thing, like it's one thing, you know. And the idea that calories are, because if you're looking at the law of thermodynamics, and I did the analogy that if you have a bag of garbage and a match, you know, you can burn the bag of garbage, right? So
I need more milk.
It's going to the espresso machine, right? We're not buying calorimeters. It's actually enchanted today. If you talk about, well, what calories a gram of fat, it's like, oh my God, do you have any idea how sophisticated your body is? And how many different pieces come together to make to burn food for fuel? Like, that has absolutely nothing to do with burning some crap. In the material world, the same exact nutrition. That is the dumbest thing. And I had heard about this that before about, you know, we're not bomb calorimeters. Like, why do we still base everything on this faulty foundation? I mean, it's just crazy to me. So it's funny that you
I don't want to get this water stuff.
It drives me nuts. I get the comment so many times from people. It doesn't matter that you did carnivore. You were just calorie restricted, and that's why you lost the weight. I'm like,
Yep.
really? I'm not eating these food dyes. I'm not eating this garbage. I'm getting fatty meat, which seems to. When I started getting like the fatty meat, where my testosterone went up, my hormones balanced, my sleep improved, like I was missing that. The calorie argument is so like childish. I get it all the time from people.
Yeah.
But, one question I had for you was, so you have a very similar story to me. I did keto on and off. I had some success. I lost a bunch of weight and then I gained it back. I feel like I'm more successful on carnivore because on keto, I was kind of trying to moderate my addiction to carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way too? Like you're doing better on carnivore because we were addicted to carbs and sugar before?
You got halls
Oh,
and shit?
absolutely. Like, I think
I
one
don't
of the
think so.
things, if you're gonna fix your, metabolic issues,
Wait for it
and
to
you're
turn
gonna
brown
fix
a little bit.
your problems,
Pretty much
the
done.
first
It actually don't need to
thing you
cook
have
it.
to do, or nothing will work, is you have to admit that you're an addict. Because we are sugar addicts and carbohydrate
This is better than
addicts.
last time.
Most
Yeah.
Clumps.
as
Let
much
me out,
as any other meth addict or
Oh, sorry.
in fact, I think it's the worst. It's
I love you.
the hardest to beat because it's legal. It's like everybody knows it and it's accepted socially. I had to come to terms with the fact. 'cause
God,
I'm
you're
kind of
recording.
going with food.
I'm sorry,
Before
baby.
I actually realized all of this, it's like food. I looked at it as some kind of enemy that I longed for.
These
I had to
addicts.
have it.
Put those damn iPads away.
And once you get
Just
past the
whip.
addiction, like once you break the addiction and you withdraw from it, like say a week or however long, you realize that
It's your father's, look,
you don't have a problem.
lightsaber.
But again, it's like alcoholics can't go drink again because if they drink again, it's going to start all over.
Morning.
So I'm always going to be a sugar if I ever got into it. But I think that once you do carnivore, though, once you do get past the sugar withdrawals, you get over that, and you realize you don't crave anything anymore. I mean, you might crave like meat, like if you're hungry. But people don't know what that means.
I'm gonna get the.
And then I have here, and one of the funny things
He's still crying. Alright, guys, here's the favor I asked. Let's get this table cleaned up. Put the iPads down, and let's put away all the drawing shit.
And so that's not what's going on. I always say that.
What do you want?
It's Southern. They're like, it's like, no, it's not. Like, seriously. Like, are you a human being?
What's wrong?
Man, you have to learn. I don't even know how to use that. I can't even teach you.
Man, stop. You can figure it out.
Let's put it away. It's gonna be good.
But once you get past it, because the cravings go away, if it stops being hard, you won't crave it. Like socially you get pushed into things, but
So you're doing
people
that.
don't understand what hunger is in this country. And I'm not talking about people who are starving to death. They're legitimately hungry and starving to death. I'm talking about average person who's smothered in food and has food at their fingertips everywhere they go. They
Come on,
feel
let's clean
bad.
up. Who's almost?
Because when you crave something, you're not hungry. That's not what that is. You're having that addictive reaction.
Maybe a few strawberries. I'm putting some frozen strawberries out. Just see how this is gonna taste.
Hungry. When my kids walk in, oh my God, they just all into that.
Come here, you want to see
Blah,
the
blah, blah. And I keep getting my watch on. I get the food. So far, I'm still glad. But they'll come back, I'm so hungry. I'm like, you would know hunger if it smacked you upside the head. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're just craving because you ate a pile of.
This is actually very doable. You multitask. If you cook this while you do something else, like right now, I'm getting
It's
this.
But here's the thing, is you have to admit you're an addict to processed food, sugars, whatever it is your thing was. Mine used to be cream cheese. That shouldn't exist.
And then you cut the banana
It's
in
that
this.
foreign. but I don't really know what it is. It's like a big pastry with a bunch of
Do what? What did I do?
inside. It's disgusting.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So I was addicted to
Oh, that takes years, man.
I don't crave those things anymore.
grown up by then?
The addiction everything, but you have to get to the bottom first. And that's the biggest.
You need to learn skills. That's why I tell you guys to study.
You have to admit that you have a problem. Because if you don't, you're not.
Origin.
Yeah. I think that's like the greatest advice ever, seriously, because I yo-yo dieted for so long, and it was for that reason. I never admitted I was addicted. I didn't even know. I'm like, this is just food. Like, everyone's doing it. So I'm gonna moderate, and every diet that I ever did was always so forced, and it never felt sustainable like that. Because there was always, I'm going to go back to moderation kind of thing. It's almost like we're living in a mass psychosis where everyone's got this addiction, no one's willing to admit it. We're the weird ones, odd ones out. But if you really take an objective look at it, it's exactly like you described. You're jonesing, just like a drug addict, for more sugar and more of that. And it's the hardest thing to overcome because everyone's doing it.
Heavy
Grandma's
cream.
making cookies to kids, and every single celebration is food. So it's hard to overcome. But I always like Liz, like you just said, once you get over that sugar addiction, it's gone forever. It's so liberating to be free of that if you stay away from it. So you gotta admit it's an addiction. That's great advice. The other advice I give people too is if you're gonna do carnivore, really do it. Dedicate yourself to do it. Because some people are like, I do carnivore 90%, and they still have a little artificial sweetener or diet coke or this or that. I'm like, at least for 30 days, go real strict, real hard. Otherwise, you're just going to be suffering. It's going to be harder than it has to be. You're not going to get to that point where you overcome that.
And one thing I will say that I did was, I don't want to lose my card or anything.
Blend this again. This is the heavy cream. You don't want to blend this more than 20 seconds. That's why. Oh shoot! I forgot this.
Very dollar tea. And the thing is about the tea, like, I want to get away from the oxalates. But I did start doing that because I did oxalate dump a couple of times. I'm almost positive that's what that is. It is not pleasant, but it's something your body's, getting rid of that or whatever. So, here's now
this part.
It's to the point where it's not. Because I'm like a big lab experiment. I do
Sugar.
So I would drink coffee with heavy cream because heavy cream is but I didn't have any inflammation.
Mix together.
But
Who did it?
like another
Around 7. Thick but not thick enough. I like it a little bit thicker than that. Let me see. You can tell I can't. Done. I'm gonna put it in the fridge so it could harden up a little bit. But there you go. You can see it.
It sounds dumb, but I actually look at it and have to be to drink it, and so I'm like, well, maybe I'll do butter. So I'm gonna do butter, and I feel like I was addicted to the taste more.
You know what? I don't think. Maybe only one side is good enough.
So that's, one of the
So I need to do the rest of this.
That makes you want more. Because I would crave it. I would be like, and I'm like, oh, hell no.
Maybe it needs to be deeper.
So I got rid of
Took
it.
this a lot.
And I was able to do it. And I feel like gradually, like, don't beat yourself up if you still drink coffee or whatever. And you want to try to get rid of it. I mean, some people drink coffee and they don't have a problem with it. If you want to try to get rid of it eventually, I think your body tells you at some point it's like, no more. You know what I mean? Like it kind of does it for you automatically if you stick to this diet. And one of the, and I mentioned this before, we were talking today, just like one of the freakiest things, just kind of looping back around to things that got fixed. I used to
Who remembers that song?
And that's bad because everybody needs the right amount of sleep. That's very important for your health. And I never wanted to go to sleep, and a lot of times I was and I had all kinds of sleeping issues.
I need to put more.
My body powers down at like 10:15 every night, like a robot.
Thick one now.
And literally, I'm just like, woo. And I
Make this into a little layer cake actually, it's possible too.
You can sleep here, or you can sleep in the bed, but you gotta make your mind up because you're going down. And I sleep like the dead. That also started probably a week after I started carnivore.
Yeah.
I can push through it. Okay, if I start binging Netflix or something till 4 o'clock in the morning, that's not a good idea. But even if I say I stay up really late, the next day I don't feel like I would normally feel before carnivore. So it's just kind of crazy. That's another. I can't even remember all the good things about carnivore. Like I can't even remember all. There's so many things.
Right.
You know?
Sleep was a big one for me too. Almost right away. And that's so life-changing too. There's so many downstream effects when you start improving your sleep.
Didn't you wear a
Please don't stay moist. Just need some
I
time.
stopped snoring right away on carnivore. I was I was happy and mad at the same time because they all told me like you gotta lose 80 pounds before you're just fat, man. You gotta lose that fat and then you'll stop snoring. But it was just inflammation for me. Dr. Jordan Peterson told Joe Rogan he stopped snoring the first week on carnivore, and I've since heard a lot of other people. It's just inflammation.
And I hear people at work talking about wearing those machines, and I get so mad, you know, and they won't believe me. They don't believe that you don't get a pill for it, or that you can't
It's
argue with
frozen
your
in
family.
it.
You know, like, no,
Strawberries.
they tell me what to do. It's like, oh my God,
That
it's so
works.
frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Quick interruption. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in learning more about our documentary,
thin this
Healing
out.
Humanity, The Power of a Proper Human Diet, we're supporting it. Please visit donate.healinghumanity.movie. Our goal is to reach millions of people that are hopeless right now and sharing the examples of real people over the course of 1 year that are undertaking a proper human diet to overcome obesity, type 2 diabetes, depression, anxiety, fertility issues. We couldn't do it without you. We thank you so much. We are also selling these shirts, Healing Humanity, The Power of a Proper Human Diet. Every penny we get from those goes towards the documentary. And last, we have memberships. If you click the little join button, it's like you do it on desktop. Under any one of my YouTube videos,
I want to see if I can make a thicker version of
we have
this.
hundreds of members right now. We do
That's pretty
members
much
only
done.
video. We do members only behind the scenes.
Let me try.
Email me as a member and I'll answer you. And every single that goes to support the documentary. And the last thing is we have these Redmond's portable salt shaker. These things are awesome. You can get the best
2
salt.
layers.
We sell these on the website along with water bottles and cutting boards.
I didn't make it right.
All goes with 100% towards supporting the documentary. You can also sign up for our newsletter.
Let's
which
see.
is
I think the thicker one might be better because it'd be more
in the
tender.
description below. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to today's video. I just go back
Yeah, this
to
was like thicker.
Dr.
Yeah.
Shaker. He's talked about this, all the species of animals on this planet. It's like, so I guess humans are just so special that we gotta have this
Nice and crispy, though. I like that
extract my
section
face
part
to
too.
breathe at night. I gotta take all these pills. I got all this sickness and illness. But every other species on the planet, eating its proper diet is just thriving. It's just humans. It's just a coincidence, I guess.
Yeah, crazy.
What are your thoughts, Blade? So,
What
your
is
background
this?
in pharmaceuticals and chemicals and science.
Thicker.
Are you? I'm gonna show people this. I'm on none of these anymore. You're off all of your
Running out of
medications.
battery.
Are you anti-chemicals,
Actually, I'm gonna turn this off.
I guess synthetic, or do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm anti all of that.
Let's try it.
Because it's like I said, there's things you can put in your mouth, and that's what we're putting in your mouth, and it's making everybody sick. So,
I think the thicker one's gonna be better.
and big agriculture are a conglomerate that is killing all of it. And I'm not gonna, like, I don't mix words, it just is. And the thing is, people are like, well, you know, and like I always say, it's not a bunch of guys sitting in a circle with their dough and, you know, it's like they're not planning World War II. It's not that.
It's gonna take long to cook.
Do they know what they're doing? Do they know? Are they aware of what they're doing? Are they aware of how serious these people? Of course they are, because they wouldn't be where they are if they were that unaware of what they're doing. And I'm very happy about the whole articulating health and safety means bringing this up because it's time. you know, for this to be made a big deal. You know what I mean? Because the people that are being hurt the most, if you look at a tier like you know, economic structure, if you look at people who are more well off, you'll see they typically need healthcare. Like they typically say fast food and stuff, and poor people don't have any choice. You know, they're just left to suffer because they can't afford. You know, look at what if you're poor, you can't afford to buy, you know, better meats and vegetables and things like that. And so it's just criminal what's being done. But yeah, I don't go to the doctor.
I like the thick ones.
I can order instead. So, you know, and then I'm checking my ketones. That's the thing.
Bananas.
I mean, I have been lately. I won't do it forever, but I'm checking. What I noticed is my ketones are high, and my glucose is super low. It's just a neat relationship. I'm a nerd, so it's like, you know, I like you know, journaling and observing different effects and different ways I feel and how alert I am and how many ideas I come up with, and kind of looking at those measurements to tell, you know, what's going on chemically in my blood to see, you know, what the deal is. And I noticed that I mean, super strawberries. When I have really high ketones, like I feel totally secure, which is good.
These blueberries are good, very
you know,
sweet.
I think that we should not.
Oh no, I forgot.
That stuff that's in the middle of the grocery stores and food. Heck, some of the stuff, and it, I mean, we have enough to worry about. Like I told, I was talking to Dave, and I said, there's a scientist.
2 right? 2 at a time.
He's easy enough to find, though. Who did a TED Talk or something like that, and he's talking about not wanting anybody but me. And he thinks that they should engineer the meat to be basically have allergies in it, or have some kind of he was talking about breeding the cows or doing something.
This one is not
I don't know.
You got
So that people
It's not as thick as last time because it wasn't as cold.
yeah, that's scary.
It only make 4
because
because this is just enough for 4.
Look at some of the meat, and I will say this is an odd thing, but when I eat ribeye sometimes, and sometimes I'll get the big, the whole thing, and I'll chop it up and I'll most of the time a lot of times it's really fast. But you know, that's kind of scary because like as carnivores, and I think about, I used to have like
The thick one?
like I've got bags of food and things so we don't starve to death. But oh my god, I think I'll fall over. If I ever, let's say, the hurricane comes through and you can't get any meat or something like that and your refrigeration goes bad, it's like, I mean, can you imagine going back to carbohydrates to survive? I mean, I probably would fall over and I'm like, oh my god, what do we do? We need like jerky or something. We need salt here.
Right? Yeah. I have nightmares about that. That was such a shame if they did like that. That was one of my other big realizations. It's like, I'm not just succeeding so much on carnivore because I'm meat, it's because I'm returning to what is closest to natural for humans, given all the options.
What are you guys doing?
The cleanest food to eat, especially meat with an animal that has a ruminant digestive system. I think it's the cleanest you can possibly eat. On your earlier point with there's not some evil dude or boardroom of people doing it, I totally agree with you. But people should be more mad about this because it's a large, it's every financial incentive is to get us hooked and addicted and stay sick, and it makes them more and more money.
Oh my god.
The fact
I
that
can't believe you guys are being
thicker
so.
and thicker and thicker as you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker should just infuriate everyone. And our kids, they're getting our kids sicker so that their wallets get bigger. Like, I'm all for business and commerce and things like that, but it's like every optimization, every single incentive is to make more money, and we end up where we're at right now, where people are just getting sicker and sicker from the food poisoning and then the medication on top of it. It's just kind of crazy. People should be more upset about it, I think, but it is really, when I first started doing it, I felt like, I never would have believed like RFK, Casey Kelly meetings, the Senate hearings. I would have thought it'd been like 30 years or something.
Look what Sissy did to me.
Reassuring.
Dad!
People have to get rid
Look
of
what Sissy did to me.
Yeah, wrap your nose.
Like, you gotta remember that we've got so many, basically, like, people who will not they love their food, and the thing, that's the reason you see people with a lot of people with autoimmune conditions, and they're very sick, and they have no other. It's like I'm out of options. I've got to fix this, and they're at that point where the suffering and the pain is so bad they have to give up their favorite thing, which is food addiction.
Yeah.
And so they have to let go. But the people who don't have to let go, I tell my daughter, she's very thin. She's a beautiful girl. She's
trying to get out of it.
She eat anything she wants. It's like when I was younger.
I'm gonna go on something else.
Okay, then do it.
Because if you were overweight, you might actually try to go into something like this because
Okay.
you want to get rid
You
of
know how to do it?
weight.
Yeah.
Like, and she's young.
What do you mean? Just get out. Find exit.
Issues. Sometimes, like, I've noticed that she would get through emotionally. She would sometimes go through, and she's not physically depressed, but like, I think mood swings that are more pronounced because of the food she eats. Because she's a big time, like, pasta addict, and like all teenagers or whatever. So, you know, I think that's almost a definite. Like, if you don't have a physical obvious sign of like this food is harming you, you know, or you have some kind of issue, it's like you just go for years because the food's doing the damage, even if you don't feel it on the outside. So,
Are we ready to?
it's really criminal to see all
Me?
this going on. I mean, do people really think they're going to take that for their
Actually,
entire
guys,
life?
put this stuff away.
And then when they stop taking it, they immediately gain the weight back like gangbusters. It's like crazy. It's
Man, you
one
can
of
play
those
basketball.
things
Look
where, you know, if you just continually to medicate, like the medication in general, like I
Look,
don't
Matt.
remember ever making. I work for companies that make clinical trials. I don't remember
Matt,
making
does that
any
hurt?
medication in my entire career that fixed anything. The only thing I made everything statins, SSRIs, which are the devil. Don't even get me started on that, but it's like all of that medication never solved the problem. It's kind of like, hey, you feel better? Here, look at this shiny little thing. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm done.
Look, Matt, look. You can play bowling with
not
Crepes.
realize some of the things
Matt
that
doesn't want to see?
they started to have other problems, but it would mask symptoms.
Hey,
But meanwhile,
hey,
the
put that down.
problem
Come here.
is growing, and the problem
No.
is festering, getting worse and worse underneath. It's just layered with a lot of
She has her reasons to yell though. Not just out of nowhere. Baby,
Most of these
you make him yell.
You put lotion up there? We'll put a little more. I wasn't throwing Toga Pete. Toga Pete likes to be. Look, it's evolving. Look.
Doctor that you trust. Maybe there's some hope there. Maybe this will work for me. Maybe this is the answer.
Look,
for
you see,
everything.
it's evolving.
The objective is just crazy too. It's so simple in retrospect, but obviously I couldn't figure it out for a long time before. But even with those things, you're not treating the root cause of the issue. The root cause is you're eating the wrong foods that are making you overweight. Eating foods that aren't nutritionally valuable to you, and this is going to allow
Alright, who's ready for dinner?
What?
What?
Eating less of it.
Not ready. What? What do you mean?
Natural. And like
I
you
don't
said,
know
you've
what this
done
is.
research and you gain all the weight back, but God knows to them. I've been hearing a lot of reports with depression, anxiety, because so much of that is rooted in our gut. And we have no idea, it's like you said, we're the human kind of experiment guinea pigs. Like, let's just throw this on the people and see what happens to these things.
I think they'll be on, they put me on Paxil, because this is back when I was in the midst of all that. They put me on Paxil after the attack and the motorcycle accident, and I